Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another exciting session of Minds at Work. Today we have Mojda from Infracorp. يا عيني يا عيني. Woo-wee. Look at all the support you have over here. And, well, as you can see from the title, some would call that an animal rescuer and welfare advocate. I would call her a superhero, don't you think? Yeah? Well, she's going to take us today through her journey, her learning, the ups and downs, right? Correct? Please welcome Mojda to the stage. Round of applause.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And thank you to the GFH CCD team for giving me this opportunity. For the people who don't know me, my name is Mojda Banahi. I'm in the Marketing and Corporate Communication Department of Infracorp, but I also am known for my extracurriculars as an animal rights advocate and an animal rescuer. I've been doing this for nearly 10 years. I started when I was 27. And people usually ask me, what was the first rescue you had? What was your first experience? I never had a singular experience that stood out to me. It's always been small things and the trajectory of my life that kind of led me down this road. But what really, I think, stood out and made me want to do more and contribute more to the community was that I met people who were just like me. We were all in our 20s. We were all trying to do our best to, help out the stray dogs. For those who are not aware, a few years back, we had a major stray dog population issue. So in this little cluster of 20-year-olds who were feeding stray dogs, who were finding them and trying to find homes for them because they were puppies and they were very helpless, we became a few people who wanted to see more done. And at the time, it was very difficult for us to connect with official entities because we realized the entities that were there were not run by Bahrainis. So we didn't get that kind of intimate connection with trying to make it a bigger thing, a movement. So we started an Instagram account. It was just an Instagram account. It was just posting that we found this dog, we found this cat, we're helping this and that. And somehow it started to snowball. And this was at 2016 and 2017. It was still not the influencer hype. It was still not that thing where you could use social media to become famous, to become significant. So we were just doing it to connect with other people. And I remember when we reached our first 500 followers, we were so excited. We're like, 500 people in Bahrain think what we're doing is great. Yani, it was so profound to us. And that kind of pushed us into doing more and becoming a bigger group. What kind of, I would say, catapulted the entire thing into an actual movement was at some point it was 2020, 2017 or 18. I was invited to TV, Bahrain TV, on a live interview to talk about you as volunteers. What do you think you can do to help this problem in our community? And I was really nervous, but very excited. I was like, this is a great chance for me to reach maybe 1,000 followers, maybe 2,000. And I remember getting on TV. I was so hopeful. I was so excited and optimistic. And I was very nervous. It was just me and the CEO of the Bahrain Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And I remember getting there and immediately everything had changed. I went on TV, on live TV, and me and the CEO, we became the scapegoats of the problem of our society. So on live TV, I was being attacked. He was being attacked. And they were saying, you guys are the reason we have this problem. You guys are the reason our society, our kids are in danger because you won't let us get rid of the stray dogs. I was completely stunned. I was caught off guard. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. And I knew one wrong word, one thing that I said that came out wrong would not have consequences on me. It would have consequences on the animals. So I sat there while I was being attacked. I sat there while the interviewers were making me look like I was a danger. They were making me look like me and the CEO, like we are a problem. And once the interview was over, I took off my mic, turned off my phone, and I went home. And I remember at the time when I went home, my mom said, listen, it's okay. Don't let this disappoint you. I was like, no. This is not disappointing me. This is actually giving me more of an incentive and more of a motivation to do more. Because now I realize what I'm up against. Now I understand the rationale of the other side. And when I turned on my phone, we went from 1,000 followers to 9,000 within 2 days, I think. And I got an official apology from the television for that interview. And from there, I kept getting invited over and over again by the TV, by newspapers. People kept asking me, what's your opinion? I went from someone who was just trying to do the right thing to what's your opinion? What do you think we should do? What, in your experience, is the right way to go about this issue? And that later on translated, I reached times where honestly, I did not feel like talking to anyone. I felt like a broken record. We're just saying the same things over and over again. But that eventually translated to the legislative aspects. I started to meet with governments. I started to reach people who had positions of authority that could change. So eventually, even though it was very tiring, it was very exhausting, I started to see those little small steps of progress. And throughout that, the community kept growing. People kept coming and approaching us and saying, so what can I do? How can I change? How can I do better? The community of volunteering is very fulfilling because we all end up helping each other. So I went from like helping out dogs and cats to planting trees, to cleaning up beaches. It just became everyone wants to do something that's not for themselves, that's fulfilling. And from there, we started to network with each other. We created different groups. People were kind of like a cross-selling thing. We just kept helping out each other. We went to schools, we went to universities, we went to clinics, all of us together working collectively to do something that wasn't for us. And I would say one of the biggest projects that I am most proud of, that I never thought I would be able to see in my lifetime, let alone be a huge part of, was we did a TNR program. So imagine like 5 Bahrainis in their 20s put together a program where the municipalities come to watch how we can solve a problem that has escalated into a big societal thing. So we trapped and neutered 130 dogs in 4 days. And the purpose of that was for us to show the municipality, this is how we can solve a problem in a humane way. And before, I would never think that we could do something like that. But when you keep pushing and you keep trying, eventually something will hit, something will work out. So that was one of the biggest prides of my journey in rescuing. We also created a shelter from zero. I had taken a break from my job. I quit a job that I was in, and I spent 2 years building a shelter from scratch. And then once I was ready to come back into the corporate world, I handed it over to my partner and I said, I'm gonna take the back seat while you guys manage, and I can just oversee and work on donations. And again, this is something that in a society where الكلاب نجاسة, animals are dirty, they're a problem, it was monumental. I've rescued everything. everything. I've rescued flamingos, mules, owls, a porcupine. Once somebody found a porcupine in the desert that we rescued. We've seen everything. I've experienced everything. I've experienced things that are very, very sad, and I've experienced things that, okay, this is going to help me get through the next 3 weeks. This happy ending is going to help me get through the next one. So one of the biggest ones was obviously the monkey. The monkey was a huge, huge project. The government was involved. DHL was involved. Everybody was involved in getting this monkey to Djibouti. So he became such a celebrity that people started to identify me as Saadun, انت اللي عندك Saadun, right? And there's 9 more years, but okay, Saadun as well. And then, unfortunately, how they end up with us is because of lack of awareness, and I think that's one of the big things that pushes us to do more, because we're seeing that wave of awareness and change. It's not just me and a few of my friends or me and a couple of people that are involved. Everyone is starting to understand that there's a lot that goes through for us to have to take these cases. There's a lot of people who are just selling animals to make quick money. There's a lot of people who don't really care. They don't sincerely care. They take it for their kids and then they get bored. So the awareness that comes from this is also very endearing, because if you can't do anything, if you can't, for example, donate, if you can't, volunteer, you can talk about it. And I think volunteering, a lot of it is talk about it and understand it and help people out who don't know. And it goes for every other volunteer service. You don't have to be there physically and contribute physically. You can understand and you can tell people, because one small thing you say can have a huge impact on somebody's life and the way they go about the trajectory of their life as well. There's a lot of challenges doing this. Honestly, I say this all the time. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever done, because it's fighting against people who are opposed to animal. It's arguing with people who don't feel like we should be making this a big deal, or people who are buying it. So you're in the center and you're the bad guy to a lot of people. And I think in a lot of things in life, you can relate to this. You're in the center and you're on your own. But the best part of it is, if you really, really love something and you feel fulfilled, you can take the punches. You can handle it. You can take a break for a while and then you can continue. So that was pretty hard. Always fighting is very hard. Always having to push for something that you can't see until maybe 10 years down the road is very hard. The privacy thing is impossible. It is impossible. Like, I have people, even though I have not had my contact or anything, people who don't know anything about me call me and say, oh, I found this and I found that. And, people feel involved in your life once you open your life. And unfortunately, you can't do anything about it. You can't tell them, please don't call me on my personal phone. Don't come to my house. It has happened to me that people have come to my house. People found out where I live and dropped off animals. So you have to sacrifice your privacy as well. And once you disappear for a while, oh, what's going on with the dogs and cats? Oh, are you guys not doing anything anymore? Or we've lost interest? It's very hard to have a personal life when you do open volunteer work. And of course, there's not any solid understanding, unfortunately, in our community, which is why we work so hard for awareness more than just rescuing. Of course, the upside is you're doing something that's for someone, not yourself. So you go home after a long day and you feel really good. You feel great about yourself. I am one of those people who says you should do things that for your mind, body, and soul. So we go to the gym, we eat well, we watch good shows, we do all of this. But I don't think that we take care of the soul aspect as much as we should. Even if we're doing everything that our religion tells us to do, there's still, in volunteering and any kind of volunteering, I feel there's an inner fulfillment that I think we should all get in touch with. Again, I don't even mean like animal rights. I mean, going to the elderly homes, going to orphanages, going, beach cleanups, doing something for someone other than yourself actually really feels good. It's really, even if it's twice a year. But I truly believe that this is something everyone should do and should teach their kids. I only have the benefits of doing this more because I don't have kids. But I understand people's time is different and our journeys are different, but I really believe that everyone should be doing something of this sort in their lifetime. And of course, the biggest lessons that I've learned from this is not everyone's gonna believe in your journey. Not everyone is gonna believe in what you like and what you dislike, but you have to continue. You have to tread through. It's like that at work. It's like that with our friendship. It's like that with our relationships. We don't all have to think the same thing, and that's okay. We're all on different paths. But the important thing is that you stick to what you believe in. It's very important. And nothing's ever easy, honestly. If it's easy, it's not worth it. I've never had a situation where it's easy and straightforward, ever, ever. There's never A, B, C. It's always E, Z, W, purple, Y, X. Nothing makes sense, but you make sense out of it. And that later on, you look back and you're like, okay, that was a cool journey that I went on. It was kind of nice to go through all of that to reach this point. Yeah, again, it's the journey. It's not the destination. It's where you get to at the end when you look back, when you remember what you had to go through. That's the best part of it. And again, this is for me in everything in life. I just learned it through rescuing. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Allah يعطيك العافية, and God bless you with the
Thank
team.
you. Thank you.
Very inspiring, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions for Mojda? Anything? Like, hey, I got a duck. Can you take it in?
I found a duck.
Yep.
Just would like to thank Mujda for all her efforts. It's really inspired us. I like animals a lot, but sometimes I don't know where to go and how to approach and guarantee that whomever I'm dealing with will treat the animal in a good way. But after I met her, I have full trust in her. So whenever I need anything or I need to volunteer or donate or whatever, she will be my go-to. So I encourage everybody just to follow that path. For sure, you have to choose who you will trust with your animals. And if you have an animal or you decided to adopt one, make sure to be kind to that animal. It's not like it should be part of your family. It's not something that you will get tired or rid of after a while and just lay it somewhere or call Mujda and these people come take it. I don't need it anymore. It's part of your family. That animal has a feeling. It's to get attached to you. It's very difficult if you move it to another house. They suffer as well. So you have to consider their feeling as well.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, exactly. Thank you to Neda, because she's one of the first people that I connected with on this level, and one of the people that I truly like. When I heard how she went out of her way for her pets as well, I was like, if only everybody thought like Neda. If only we had 60% of the population like Neda. So. Yeah, exactly.
لازم نضرب والله ماشي. So inspiring. Well done.
Thank you.
Although I know the majority of the story, but again,
Exactly.
it was very inspiring. And yes, animals they give you the proof that love doesn't need a person or an animal to talk.
Exactly.
By what they are doing, you feel the love. And this is the beauty of the true love.
Absolutely, yeah.
I want just to mention or highlight the point you say. Volunteering is giving you a life additional to your life and make your existing life worth to live. Volunteering in anything, it remove all the pressure you have. It give you joy. the more you make other people and animals happy, the happier you are. So yeah, I totally agree. People who miss to volunteer in anything, they are not living.
Yeah. Agree 100%. Thank you. Thank you, Iman. I really, listen, I know that everybody has different schedules and everyone has different like things they do in the day, but I promise you, if you just once a month, I am telling you from someone who's been doing this for a long time, once a month, you just go somewhere, you help with something, it gives you a kind of richness, a kind of, you really sleep better when you've done something for someone else with nothing in return. Really, I can tell you, guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think these are all valid points. I think before getting a pet, right, people need to research.
Of course.
You know, you have GPT, Claude, Google, like what does it take to raise whatever it is? And then if it's a hassle for you on the long run, then yeah. We have another question.
Thanks, Mojda. Wallah, it was such an inspiring story, mashallah. And
Thank you,
I know
Anat.
you, of course, but I
Yeah.
didn't know all the details. I just wanted to say that Bahrain is blessed, or let's say the animals in Bahrain are blessed to have someone like
Thank
you around.
you. Thank you.
وكل في
Ayla.
ميزان حسناتك
Thank you
طبعاً.
very much.
I just wanted to know about the shelter. All these animals that are for adoption. How is it going? Yani, roughly, do you get people who come to adopt? How long do they stay in your shelter? How is it going over there?
Well, how much I spend is a big one. Believe it or not, this entire operation for the past, I had a photo when it was our 3-year anniversary in the shelter. Everything was built from scratch from donations. Everything. We went into a shelter with empty land and we created it from zero. Purely run on donations, purely. So this is my role now, is I focus on bringing in the donations, and it's extremely stressful. But we don't stop. It's very hard to find people to adopt animals in Bahrain because it's, again, they're like, "Alisha awar rasi," and these guys have a million questions when I can just buy it. And there is a reason we have a million questions, because we need to know how serious everybody is. We need to know it's happened before. People have taken animals from us after going through this whole interview, and then we see them on websites for adoption, on pages for adoption. It makes me look like and people have called me a hypocrite or a thief because of this kind of situation. So it's more practical for us to adopt them out to the UK. In the UK, it is nearly impossible to adopt. It's so difficult. They're so strict about it, so that it's easier for them to reach out to Bahrain. We have a mediator, reach out to rescuers in Bahrain and adopt from Bahrain and fly them out to the UK. So at the moment, this is how we do it. It's not the most practical and sustainable, but inshallah, once things become more solid and once things are more streamlined, this will not be the case. We'll be able to accommodate for long term. And also, we have animals in Bahrain that are not feral. We don't have a feral animal problem. And these are doctors who they're like doctors beyond borders, but for vets. So they go around the world. They go to like Peru, they've been to places in Afghanistan. They treat animals for free as an experience. This is part of their tour. And when they came to Bahrain, they said, this is not a feral animal situation. You just have stray dogs. They're like, there's no way anywhere you go, you can just take a dog from the street and put it in a cage. It's impossible. But again, like, this is lack of awareness and stuff. And these are dogs that were in houses. They were German Shepherds or Salukis or Huskies. They used them. They got bored of them. They went out. They reproduced. It's just, unfortunately, a strain of domestic dogs that just kept breeding and getting dumped, you know? So hopefully in the future, when we have a much bigger facility, we can house them for long term as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, everyone.
Thank you, Mojda. Allah يعطيك العافية. Any more questions? No?
Adopt, don't
Yeah.
shop, please. Adopt, don't shop, guys.
Well, yeah, this is one way. Also, I think it would be great if you share the handle for your Instagram account.
Yes.
You can follow and learn more about this. A round of applause to Mojda. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week, inshallah.